Hey y'all. So I'm not really fired up about anything for a change. Been trying to take deep breaths, smell the flowers, blow out the candles. That's been working for me a lot. Only because there's been a lot of things in the past couple of months that I have been like, oh no, I cannot. And rather than let it get me crazy, I just remember to smell the flowers and blow out the candles. That's actually a trick that a nurse taught me, because when she would say, take a deep breath and then exhale, believe it or not, your girl here, I would get confused and I would try to exhale when I was trying to blow in, and I go, wait, what? Do what? I could not get that take a deep breath and exhale straight, if you could believe it. So she goes, here's a trick. And she said, smell the candles. I mean, that's not what she said. Smell the flowers and blow out the candles. And ever since then, I got it right. But I can't even say it right. But that's a whole nother thing. Anyway, so what I've really been up to is I've been having so much fun with an AI app that generates songs. And it is so cool. You get 5 free songs a day. And all you do is type in one paragraph and it pops out songs. And at first I was doing it, I have them all on my community, well, it used to be community page. Now it's called the post page, which is so stupid. I protest that. But yeah, so what I do on that page is I just post the lyrics that generate. And then if you click on the link, you'll go to the song and it'll play it. So I'm going to get a little bit more organized with it, because I already have made so many songs and I'm so confused already, and I don't know which ones are the good ones or not. The ones on my page are good, but on the actual website, I already have like 50 songs and I'm like, oh, I hated this one. I like this one. So I got to get better at, it's like a photo album. It gets so out of control so fast. I was thinking, what would be so great in a photo if every single time you took a photo, before it saved it, it asked you, it showed your top 10 albums, let's just say, and you have 10 albums. One is work, friends, pets, home, garden, or whatever. And every time right before it saves it, you could choose what or miscellaneous. And then that would be one that you would just either go through when you could or whatever. But think about it. If every time you only had to take that extra second to file that photo in one of those albums, instead of having to physically go back to your photos, bring up your album, select it, add it. I mean, it's just too many steps. But if it did it at the time that it took the photo and it said add to, and then you just picked one that was right there visually with one extra tap, oh my goodness, that would be so amazing. Because right now, I have done so many different things to try to go through my photos, because my account on Apple went from the free 200, oh no, it was free 50, I don't know, but it just keeps going up. And I'm like, I'm saving all this stuff on the cloud. I don't even use it. And what's worse, if I do need something, it's so much more to go through to find what I need. And I've looked into some photo organizers and they do have some, but they're kind of complicated for me to figure out. I'm so old school, it's not even funny. So back to my Suno, which is Suno. That's the AI music generator. It's getting a little disorganized. So today's Saturday, and I promised myself I was going to go through the songs before there's too many of them, and I just don't even know what the hell. But on my community page, there's like 10, because I found some good ones. But what I wanted to say is I found a new way to make them, because what was happening was it would say that it was, do you want Motown? Do you want R&B, pop, rock, rap, whatever? And then when I would choose what one I wanted, it wouldn't do it. And so I didn't understand it. But now I realize that in order to get it to do the song in the type of genre that you want, you have to use a couple of the 50 it gives you 200 characters to type your paragraph. So at the very beginning of that paragraph, you would just put rap song about, and then you type all the stuff you want. In my case, I paste it because it's just one paragraph about, I think it says, Karen hit John with her car in a blizzard at 2 a.m. and now the town is, her supporters are begging for money, and I forget what I put, but it's just one paragraph I use all the time, and it generates a different song each time, so that's cool. But yeah, so that's on my post page, and then there's another one. So that one gives you 50 credits a day, and that's about 5 songs, and it's good. But then there's another one that's free that gives you endless amount of songs. And so, of course, I already have like 50 on that one. I only used it 3 times. And I have like 50 on the other one because it limits you. And I've had that weeks. But, yeah, so I'm going to clean both those up today, hopefully. But anyway, the second site is called Riffusion. Let's see. R-I-F-F. Yeah, Riffusion. So it's Riffusion. And you don't even have to make an account. You can just sign in with your Google account and you just start typing. It's so easy. I just cannot believe it. And fun. I mean, a lot of fun. There is, if you wanted a paid account, then I don't have one. But then you could like change stuff. But they come out so good and they're just for fun, So, I mean, it was so fun because I took one and I typed a couple of things about Bella the cat. And I picked a pop bubblegum beat. And it made the cutest song about Bella the cat. And then I did one about Troy and me, my husband. And that was fun too. I put where we met and, how long we've been together. And it made a whole song about us. I mean, it's just so much fun. You really need to try it, especially if you get bored. It's so entertaining. And I think that's it. Okay, so that's all I wanted to share. That AI is really cool. And if you, don't know how to use it, which is really not hard, but you could type into YouTube, Suno, and it'll give you the basics on how to use Suno.com or Riffusion.com, and it's a lot of fun. And I don't know about you, but if I know about me, I'm so bored with all the different chats and I don't want to say they nauseate me, but they're getting close. I mean, when they're not grifting, and I mean every other word is for money. And this is the same old thing I've been crying about for, I think, almost a year now. But it's too much. And if they're not crying about that, then they're crying about Katie Kool-Lady, who I have so over. I mean, yeah, she did some things. She really she's a lost cause. That's how I look at her. She's not going to get better. She's not going to take advice. And anybody that's not going to improve, not wanting to hear what you have to say, I mean, you just write them off. Lost cause, move on. That's how I look at that. But then some of the hosts are still talking about her and still putting her down. And I can't stomach that because I'm like, why? I mean, just why? It's crazy. Make a show out of that, Oh, I can't. I don't want to go there anyway. But, and then the other, some of them just taking so up for Karen Reed, and you're just like, really? And it's just for the grift. It's for the grift because every single time you have like a lawyer that really is a legitimate lawyer, but you can tell he's grifting for Karen because he doesn't want to insult any of his followers, or I should say she, because I've caught a couple of women too that are real lawyers, but they just will not side with the Commonwealth, and they just don't want to lose all this. So every time they tell you anything, if it's something that has to be prefaced, like it's a win for the state or it's in the state's favor, they'll say, now this might be, I'm just telling y'all, like they got to preface it with so much, I'm not going on that side, but the law is the law. And they have to make so many excuses and justify the reason that they would say a halfway positive statement about the Commonwealth. And I am like, oh my God, y'all are so far gone. I mean, it's crazy. So, but in a way I can't blame them. In a way I can't, because I look at the comments to some things that go on, and it is comment after comment after comment about how it was a cover-up and how she's so innocent and free. And I'm just like, well, my channel doesn't, go either way. I don't have a lot of followers anyway. And I'm almost like, can I blame the people? I mean, if you work that hard to build your channel and you've got this ridiculous, insane Karen derangement syndrome mob out there, would you really want to alienate your audience by just saying, well, I think, because shout out to Roberta. She makes no bones about it, and she cannot get the kind of following that she deserves because everyone is just so cuckoo. So that's that. But yeah, so the whole reason I talked about all that, I was just thinking that if you are like me and you're getting fed up with all the echo chambers of how great the hosts are when they're really not that great because they don't really do anything, with the exception...
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Cancel. I don't know what I said that made that guy wake up. But anyway, if you... like I said, there's a handful of hosts that, I still can enjoy, but that's a hand with about one finger on it because, let's see, who else do I still like? I love Roberta, always will. I'm a fangirl to the end. And, don't get me wrong, she sometimes gets on my nerves too because she's just such a fanatic in the other way. And sometimes she'll see something that somebody does and she won't give it its due, she just won't. And that's her mindset. And I applaud it because 99% of the time I think she's right and she calls it like it is. But just that one time, it's just like, well, I think you're wrong there. But, what the hell? Still a fangirl, like I said. But I'm trying to think if there's even another channel that I like. And, even my crime story channels like Kimberlea and Annie 10 to Life and Crime Weekly. I can't watch any of those either, except if I go to the really old shows, because if you go to the old shows, those have very little commercial interruption. But if you go to anything new, there's like a sponsored ad that even though you pay for YouTube Premium, you have to pay for, you have to sit there and watch it. And as I mentioned in the last video, sometimes you'll see a little thing that says Premium Controls. And I really, I like the sponsors that do that because by allowing that in their settings, because some people don't allow it. Some you just, even if you're a paid YouTube Premium subscriber, you have to sit through the ads. But if you enable Premium Controls for your channel, that means that little box that says Premium Controls, you just tap it once and you can fast forward 10, and you can get through all their sponsored ads. So that's still a good thing. But if they don't have that enabled, I just go to the older ones because now it's like every 10 minutes is a just cry for money. Hand out. It's crazy. So yeah, and then lastly, with Bella, I haven't really been posting her for a couple of reasons. I didn't know that this happens, but it seems that, I know that YouTube's algorithm is based on a lot of different factors that I don't meet and don't even understand. But I did notice that like the past 6 months or so, my regular videos, if they even hit 20, that's a lot. So it doesn't pay to really, go too crazy there. And then Bella's videos, they were doing really well for a while, and I just was enjoying so much sharing her. In fact, the whole reason I started sharing her videos was because my photos was such a mess, and so many, I think I have over 40,000 photos or something and videos. And so I was like, I'm just going to name them and upload them to YouTube, and that way I have them. So that's how that started. So I pretty much have every video that I could ever make a video of Bella. So I don't really do too many of her anymore because even when I first started doing that, even though I did it just to organize my videos of her, they would get so many. I couldn't believe Shorts is so different than the regular long videos because they would get like, thousands of hits. And now they barely get 50 or whatever. So something, and like I said, I heard that sometimes the algorithm just bypasses you if you don't have enough this or enough that. So I think I'm in that part of the algorithm where it just ignores all my content, which is okay because the work that's involved to try. And I mean, that's another thing, even though I criticize some of the other YouTube content creators, I sympathize with them, because YouTube is always changing and always trying to keep you on your toes and taking so much of your, the revenue that you make. I think it's up to 30%. And, and then they got you jumping around all the time, worried about being demonetized every show. You have to watch how you talk and what you say and what content you share. And I mean, that's worse to me than having pressure on a real job. My job is so simple. I just go to work every day. I do my thing. I have a flex schedule. I come when I want. I go when I want. I have my own office and nobody bothers me. I just handle there's this hardware store. They're like I even made a AI video about the hardware stores, because it's the best hardware store you could ever hope to meet. It's like you walked into the 50s, my hardware store, the way they do things. It's just so different. But anyway, so I made, and so we have 10 stores in a chain, and I just reconcile them every day. And it's such a great job. I mean, everybody's really nice. Everybody's really helpful. Do my own thing. And then I just leave. If you were going to compare that to having a YouTube channel and all the pressure and you have to stay so on top of it, you never could really live your life. It's just, I don't know. So I never ever wanted to pursue it back in the day when it became a thing. And now I certainly wouldn't even dream of attempting it. So it's just dwindling down to nothing. That's why I hardly ever leave any content. But I really did want to share. I hope this video, every now and again, one of my videos will hit a lot of listeners. I don't know why, a lot of views. So I hope this one does, because man, you will thank me if you go to that. It's suno.com. And then there's a search bar right there, and it just says start typing a song. And you just, like I said, I'm giving you a tip. Type the type of music that you want at the beginning, like pop or Motown or rap song. And then just type, you have up to 200 characters, and hit create. And then it creates 2 tunes, and you listen to them. And then you can edit the lyrics if you like, but editing the lyrics doesn't change the song. And you can then keep it if you like it. On the other website, the Riffusion, you have to publish. I don't know what that's about. Like I said, I don't really understand stuff, and I just don't have the patience to learn it. But I guess if somebody were to go to your site and it wasn't published, they wouldn't see it. Whereas in the Suno.com, you have to hit public. And so I guess the same thing, public, publish, what's the difference? So anyway, but it's just so much fun. I mean, if anybody had told me how easy it was to do this, I probably would have done it a while ago. But in my mind, I'm thinking, I can't understand AI apps or anything. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I would try it if I were y'all. You will thank me. Okay, that's it. I can't believe I talked this long, but I did. Okay, bye.